clock ticks, the sun rises, and another day of your life begins. But let me ask you, how many people wake up each morning already enslaved by yesterday, chained to their regrets, distracted by their failures, and blinded by the illusions of tomorrow that never comes? They wait, they procrastinate, they dream without acting, and they pray without moving. And in the waiting, in the hesitating, their destiny quietly withers away. The truth is simple, yet most will never understand it. Your future is not built in the future, it is built today. Every empire ever raised, every fortune ever created, every legacy ever carved into the history of mankind was not built on a vague someday. It was built on a day just like this one. Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb on someday. He worked in the laboratory when others slept. He failed 1,000 times when others mocked him. And on one particular day, one he could not have predicted, the spark came alive, and light filled the darkness. That moment was not born of chance. It was the child of countless days mastered. Henry Ford did not transform the world by dreaming vaguely of a future automobile. He showed up daily, refining, pushing, tinkering, while the world dismissed his vision as madness. Day by day he mastered his craft, and then the world drove into the future he had already prepared. And you, what about you? What about the days you are living now? What about the sunrise that greets you today? Will you waste it, waiting for the perfect conditions, the perfect time, the perfect alignment? Or will you understand what the greats before you understood? That perfection is found in progress, and destiny is sculpted in discipline. Listen closely, master today, and tomorrow is yours. But mastery is not a word to be taken lightly. It is not a fleeting feeling of motivation. It is not a sudden burst of inspiration that disappears when life becomes inconvenient. Mastery is sacrifice. Mastery is focus. Mastery is the relentless decision to act with excellence, regardless of how you feel. When Andrew Carnegie, the steel titan, was asked about his wealth, he did not speak of luck. He spoke of principle. He spoke of clarity of purpose, the ability to direct every day toward a single vision. While others chased distractions, Carnegie pursued mastery of the present moment. And through those days of iron discipline, he built not just steel but an empire. And here is the lesson the world desperately forgets. Time is not your enemy. Time is your raw material. Every day, the universe hands you 24 hours of untouched clay. What will you sculpt? Will you waste it on idle complaints, trivial distractions, and meaningless pursuits? Or will you press your fingerprints deep into the clay, molding something lasting, something worthy, something eternal? Because here's the unshakable law of life. Tomorrow always belongs to those who master today. Discipline is the hinge. Without it, the door to your future will never open. With it, every door can be unlocked. Do not wait for motivation, for motivation is fickle like the wind. One moment it is here, the next it vanishes. But discipline is the anchor, the engine, the fire that burns when all else grows cold. Think of Abraham Lincoln. Do you believe he waited for motivation to face the storms of civil war, the heartbreak of personal loss, the weight of a divided nation? No, he did not wait to feel like acting. He acted because the day demanded it. He rose because his purpose commanded it. And history remembers not the man who waited, but the man who acted. Your life is no different. Your success, your freedom, your destiny. They are not somewhere hidden in the mist of years to come. They are here, buried within the choices you make this very day. Do not be deceived by the smallness of today. Do not belittle the ordinary. Every great oak tree once began as a small seed, buried and unseen. Every towering skyscraper once began as a line on a blueprint. Every destiny once began as a single day mastered. So rise, focus, direct your energy. Guard your time as though it were treasure, because it is. For wasted hours are wasted years, and wasted years become wasted lives. And if you fear failure, remember this. Failure is not the opposite of mastery. It is its teacher. Edison mastered failure until failure itself surrendered. Ford mastered rejection until rejection gave way. Disney mastered ridicule until ridicule was silenced by imagination brought to life. The question is not whether you will stumble. The question is whether you will rise again today, and again tomorrow, and again until your destiny is undeniable. Master today the thoughts you allow, the actions you choose, the habits you repeat. Master today, and the world cannot withhold tomorrow. Do you understand the weight of a single sunrise? The universe resets itself every morning, handing you a blank page, untouched, unwritten. And yet, most people allow others to write their story for them. They hand their pen to distraction, to fear, to doubt, to laziness. And at the end of the day, they look back on a page filled not with bold sentences, but with empty spaces, scribbles of regret, and wasted potential. But you are not most people. You were not born to drift like a leaf carried by the wind. You were born with a mind powerful enough to bend reality. A mind capable of designing the future. A mind entrusted with the gift of choice. And choice is the sword by which destiny is carved. Look through history and you will see this truth shining. Every legend, every innovator, every leader faced the same 24 hours you face today. They were not given more time. They were not born with days longer than yours. What set them apart was their ability. Do you understand the weight of a single sunrise? The universe resets itself every morning, handing you a blank page, untouched, unwritten. And yet, most people allow others to write their story for them. They hand their pen to distraction, to fear, to doubt, to laziness. And at the end of the day, they look back on a page filled not with bold sentences, but with empty spaces, scribbles of regret, and wasted potential. But you are not most people. You were not born to drift like a leaf carried by the wind. You were born with a mind powerful enough to bend reality. A mind capable of designing the future. A mind entrusted with the gift of choice. And choice is the sword by which destiny is carved. Look through history and you will see this truth shining. Every legend, every innovator, every leader faced the same 24 hours you face today. They were not given more time. They were not born with days longer than yours. What set them apart was their ability to seize today with ruthless intensity. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, "The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind." What did he mean? He meant that true strength is the ability to master yourself when everything around you screams otherwise. To focus when the world distracts. To act when your body resists. To believe when circumstances whisper doubt. That is mastery. And belief is the soil in which mastery grows. Without belief, no seed can sprout, no dream can breathe. Belief is the unseen architecture of your destiny. Andrew Carnegie, who rose from poverty to become one of the wealthiest men in history, once said, "You cannot push anyone up a ladder unless he is willing to climb a little himself. But what allows a man to climb? Belief. Belief that the climb is worth it. Belief that the summit exists. Belief that he himself is capable of reaching it." And so, I ask you, what do you believe today? Not what do you hope, not what do you wish, but what do you believe? For belief is not passive. Belief is fire. It demands evidence, and evidence is built through action. You cannot believe in yourself while acting against yourself. You cannot believe in success while practicing failure. True belief is shown by the way you live this very day. Clarity is the next step. Without clarity, belief is wasted energy. A bow may be powerful, but without a target, it is useless. The human mind is a bow of infinite strength. Your vision is the arrow. Clarity is what directs it. Walt Disney was not merely a dreamer. He was a visionary with clarity. He saw castles where others saw swamps. He saw worlds of imagination where others saw impossible expenses. But because he had clarity of vision, each day became purposeful. Each action, no matter how small, moved him toward a world no one else could see. And today, millions walk through the gates of a dream he once carried alone. So I challenge you, define your vision. Not in vague terms, but in specifics. What does your tomorrow look like? What does freedom mean to you? What does success feel like? Write it, speak it, see it. Let it burn so brightly in your mind that today bends itself to serve it. But vision without purpose is fragile. Purpose is what transforms vision from fantasy to destiny. Purpose is what makes discipline endurable, sacrifice meaningful, and struggle worth enduring. Consider Abraham Lincoln again. Do you think he endured years of failure, bankruptcy, and political defeat for ambition alone? No. His purpose was greater than himself, the preservation of a nation, the freedom of men. Purpose pulled him through the fires of ridicule, the storms of war, the nights of unbearable loneliness. Purpose was his anchor. And what of you? What is your purpose today? Cannot merely be survival, for survival is the lowest form of existence. You were not placed here simply to eat, sleep, and repeat. You were placed here to create, to grow, to elevate not only yourself but those around you. Purpose is not found in comfort. It is born in contribution. Ask yourself, who will benefit if I master today? Who will suffer if I waste it? The moment you tie your daily actions to a higher cause, discipline transforms from a burden into a privilege. Suddenly, waking early is not a chore. It is service to your purpose. Working hard is not punishment. It is loyalty to your destiny. And let me tell you this, the world bows to the man or woman who lives with purpose. They cannot be bought, for their vision is priceless. They cannot be broken, for their why is unshakable. They cannot be stopped, for even failure serves them as a teacher. Master today your beliefs, your clarity, your purpose, and watch how tomorrow kneels before you.